Is the economy in a tricky position? Give us some details on that. And a major Social Security bill to maybe fix Social Security and give a break to seniors. All this and more in this video. Thank you for liking and sharing these videos. Let's jump right in. Remember here back in August when UPS workers got a massive new raise when they squeezed UPS for and almost had the strike here with and got this big raise here for, as you can see here, I remember covering this. UPS CEO says drivers will average $170,000 in pay and benefits at the end of their 5-year deal. UPS and Teamsters Union reached a tentative labor deal with pay raises and other improvements last month. The agreement averted a strike that was approaching if a deal wasn't reached. This would have been, I think, the largest strike in the history of the United States if they would have striked. Instead, UPS caved and gave the 340,000 workers a massive raise that will lead to these workers getting, as you can see here, UPS CEO says drivers will average $170,000 in pay and benefits at the end of the 5-year deal. Now we're starting to see cracks in the economy because of all these different unions and industry workers getting massive, large raises. Well, just a few days ago, or just a day or so ago, UPS announces 12,000 job cuts. Says package volume slipped last quarter. And you got to kind of wonder here, are these companies being squeezed too much? Are these jobs, a UPS worker getting $170,000 in total in pay and benefits? This is the amount that they will get at the end of their 5-year deal. That's the amount they get with their pay and their benefits. This is the amount that the company has to pay out in total. Is this too much for companies to handle for 340,000 workers? Well, maybe so, because UPS just announced 12,000 job cuts. And you also kind of got to wonder, will more be next? Couple other industries I remember that got massive wages. Flight attendants got 36% pay raises. And of course, the United Auto Workers, which has GM, Ford, and Stellantis, which has several brands underneath it. You can see here starting wages at Stellantis, which is it's several brands underneath there. It's like Dodge and a couple other different brands. Starting wages at Stellantis will increase 67% under new contracts. Will this even make their cars too unaffordable for Americans? Remember that the average car payment in 2023, I don't think this is new information yet, was $726 a month. $726 a month is the average car payment. Used vehicles, $533 a month. I'm sure that is going to start going up as we get into the new year. And with interest rates at all-time highs, at least for the last 20 years, will this be even more as these wages start to go up? You can see here, the United Auto Workers actually say our goal is to come back to the table in 2028, in 4 more years, as a much stronger union and ask for more wages. United Auto Workers contract with Stellantis and really GM and Ford, because they got raises there too, was a 25% pay increase, more than all wage increases our union has won over the last 22 years. A 67% pay increase for production workers. The starting wages for, this is just the starting wage for brand new workers, I assume, went from $18 an hour to $30 an hour, $30.21 an hour. The lowest paid temporary workers will see the biggest pay gain, with hourly wages increases from $15.78 per hour to more than $42 an hour. This is for temporary workers are going to go from $15.78 an hour to $42 an hour for just temporary workers. So you got to kind of wonder here, are they pricing themselves out of the market? Is this going to lead to major companies having to lay off thousands or tens of thousands of workers when times even get a little bit tough and they see all, don't forget all the this is just the hourly wages that they're paying. Don't even forget the benefits that come in their health insurance, life insurance, benefits, all the additional things that come in there as well. 401ks, retirement package, if there's a pension, a 401k and a pension are almost kind of the same thing. Okay. You're paying retirement benefits. All that stuff costs money. Don't forget the buildings they have to pay for, the parts they have to pay for, all the stuff there as well. And when times get a little bit tough, the first thing they do is start cutting jobs. Are they squeezing the companies too hard? But on the other hand, it's tough out there for people because costs are rising insane. This is economics 101 or maybe 102 or 201. This is advanced stuff that maybe everybody hasn't quite thought out because now these companies are starting to lay off people in droves. Yeah, this is some rough stuff. And with interest rates so high, home prices so high, and what's going to happen here is when mortgage rates, when interest rates start to come down a little bit, those home prices are actually going to go up even higher. Yeah. It's a rough one out there. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on this. It's a dog eat dog economy out there. And I don't know the solution to this. You guys let me know your thoughts on this. Because don't forget, it wasn't that long ago that General Motors had the largest bankruptcy in the history of the United States back in 2009. They had $82 billion in assets and $173 billion in liabilities. They were almost $100 billion in debt. And if it weren't for the government, they would be completely out of business. And the government saved them and saved a lot of jobs and saved almost the whole industry. Again, this is why it's tough. You can't squeeze companies too tight, or the whole industry and the whole companies and hundreds of thousands of jobs could go out of business. And it's actually a similar thing with Social Security. If you take too much money from the pot, you run out of money. And this is what is actually happening to Social Security, a program that was set 100 years ago almost or so, is been running out of money. They've made adjustments to it, but the thing is it needs adjustments again. And the other thing is that baby boomers are retiring. The largest population of people are retiring, and it's been slowly running out of money for a long time. And adjustments need to be made to it again, but nobody wants to do it. Republicans don't want to do it. Democrats don't want to. Democrats do want to make some changes. I'll show you here the latest plan. But you have President Biden and former President Trump. Neither of them really wants to be the president who makes a massive change to Social Security and gets blamed for it. Because what's happened is when you actually make a change to Social Security, you're going to have everybody blaming that president for making the change to Social Security because that's gonna be what happens. The latest bill introduced here, Social Security win-win bill to cut federal taxes would extend fund to 2054. So about 30 more years, this would add on to the solvency of Social Security, which is currently set to run out in as early as 2030. 2033, which is 9 years away. A proposed congressional bill aims to relieve the tax burden on Social Security beneficiaries while also bolstering a key trust fund finances so it remains fully funded for a longer period of time. One lawmakers referred to the bill as a win-win, though it likely faces an uphill battle making it into law. The bill, dubbed the You Earned It, You Keep It Act, was introduced last week by U.S. Representatives Angie Craig, Democrat from Minnesota, and Yadira Carevo, Democrat from Colorado. It proposes to repeal federal taxes on Social Security benefits, which more and more people are actually starting to pay taxes on Social Security because starting at like $25,000 or something like that, I covered that in a previous video, are starting to now have to pay taxes on Social Security. And as Social Security COLA goes up every year, more and more people are actually having to pay taxes on Social Security and delay the looming insolvency on the program's old age survivor insurance trust fund by 2 decades to 2054, Think Advisor reported. The Old Age and Survivor Insurance Social Security Trust Fund is expected to run out of money by as early as 2033 or 2034. When it does, the Social Security program will be solely funded by only payroll taxes, which is the new money coming in, which will only cover 77% of benefits, which means that there will be a approximately 23% reduction to Social Security benefits and to Social Security checks. The proposed legislation would keep the trust fund solvent by expanding Social Security payroll taxes to the wages above $250,000. That means people making over $250,000 would have to start paying back into Social Security taxes. And right now, it's people making over $168,600 stop paying into Social Security. So really, they would just need Republicans to sign on to the bill. And we've had a couple different similar versions to this, but lately we haven't been able to get anything done. And with it now being an election year, well, all we would really need to do is get both Republican and Democrat support to actually pass something like this. The problem is that the years keep rolling by and we get closer and closer to Social Security running out of money. Congress has known this for years, and what happens? Congress keeps doing nothing, kicking the can down the road. So don't say you'd never heard this. So when 2033 rolls around and people say, oh my God, what happened? Social Security ran out of money. Why didn't Congress do anything? Well, guess what? They've known about this for years and they keep doing nothing. So I will keep you up to date. Let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Make sure to like and share this video and subscribe down below if you haven't so you don't miss out on new videos that come out here every day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Click here to see the new bill that Congress just passed, which could put money in your pocket, or click here to see how the IRS may owe you $7,000. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.